There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonko table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonko table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo, welcome to the latest and the greatest from the Yonko table, folks. That is the voice of Grandmaster Hoop coming at you from a long time ago, because we're going further into a galaxy far, far away. That's right, folks. I'm alluding to the greater Star Wars universe, but this time we're here for the Acolyte. You can be our Acolyte. That's right. It is the 6th live-action Star Wars series on Disney Plus that premiered yesterday, and we here at the Yonko table are going to talk about this here Star Wars series. With me, as always, is Jedi Master DrJaceAttorney. DrJaceAttorney, the Acolyte. Are you here for the Acolyte?
No. I am not.
What?
I mean, based on what we saw so far, 2-episode premiere. I if we're gonna talk about it, I could talk about like what my expectations were going in to the Acolyte.
I mean, yes, that's huge. That's a big thing.
That's a big thing. Yeah, no, okay, this was back when they announced all these Star Wars projects, right? Acolyte, I forgot when it was announced, like how long ago, but it was some time ago.
In the big kind of, it was like Obi-Wan,
in
the Acolyte,
right? Yes,
the one with the kids that they're gonna do. It was announced in that bunch.
There was one with kids.
Yeah, I think it's a Taika Waititi one. I can't recall, with Jude Law, Skeleton Crew.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
So yeah, it was announced with that announcement. All these were announced. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. No, what kind of got me excited about this particular project, and mind you, this was during the hype train when, you know, Star Wars outside of the sequel trilogy couldn't really do any wrong. You know, whatever we got, we somewhat enjoyed. You know, this was fresh off of Mandalorian hype, right? Or like around that time.
Right.
So I see the Acolyte and I'm like, ooh, that looks a little interesting. I just like the way the word looked. I like the title card. And I'm like, yeah, I dig that. I like it. And then as we got more information on it, I started liking it a little bit more. I'm like, ooh, this is going to follow some Dark Force user during the High Republic era. That was going to be enticing. And then the first trailer dropped. And it's not like I didn't like the first trailer. It's just I'm tired out, man. I'm Star Wars fatigued. I'm tired of mid. I'm tired of mid in my Star Wars cereal bowl.
Honestly, everything to what you're saying, I think is fair. I too found the premise intriguing. I mean, I don't think we truly ever focus on, you know, the villain, but like dark side Force users, or, you know, if we're gonna focus on the Force users, we're gonna focus on people who are gonna probably be Jedi. Here we have a main that is dark side sensitive Force user, and I thought that was intriguing. I forgot that they did announce that it was going to be twins or sisters.
I didn't remember that.
That came out at some time after the first reveal of, you know, what projects are being worked on. I honestly forgot, but I definitely found that intriguing. And yeah, High Republic. We haven't seen any live action High Republic. I thought that was probably going to be. I think I don't know. High Republic gets, you got the Old Republic games that get all that hype, and is
They're
that deserved, that hype for those Old Republic games?
If you're talking about Knights of the Old Republic,
Yes.
yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
So the fact that we were getting any version of the Old Republic, whether it be old or high, I guess there's a distinction between the two. That was exciting for me. It's untapped territory as far as, television or movies go. And yeah.
Do you
these
know
first 2 episodes? Huh? What?
Oh wait, what? Go ahead. The first 2 episodes.
I mean, I'm kind of with you. I'm not sold yet on the Acolyte, but I'm giving it a chance to kind of build more. But if I'm to go off of these first 2 episodes, I am nowhere near sold. And I mean, we'll get into it, but I'm just.
I mean, that's a problem. That's first impressions.
Yes, correct. First impressions, I'm not sold. And yeah, I'm just like, man, what are they doing in the writing room? I'm like,
put me in there. Put me in there. I'm tired of this. I can fix this.
Oh, I'm just like, boring.
Wow. No, I mean, listen, my thing. Okay, so difference between High Republic and Old Republic. The main difference, and I'm sure some Star Wars fan is going to say, well, actually, the main difference is Old Republic is the Old Republic, like for the last 1,000 years in the Star Wars timeline before the prequel movies, right? And the High Republic, to my knowledge, is the last 100 years before the prequel trilogy.
Correct. This is 100 years set before the Phantom.
Before Phantom. Yes.
Yes.
Before Phantom. And what made this era the most intriguing is I am sick and tired of Disney Star Wars being so scared to diverge from the Anakin x Darth Vader timeline / mythos. They want to be so confined into this little nebula in a galaxy that has a history. They want to make sure, but how does this tie into Anakin? Where's Darth Vader fit into all this? Which is fine, like the 4th or 5th time you've done it, but not the 8th time, not the 12th time, not the 13th time. I'm tired of this. Not everything needs to be tied to Anakin and Darth Vader or Rey Skywalker or...
Ew, don't call her that.
Apparently she wants to be called that.
Please don't.
I'm a Skywalker. Rey Skywalker.
Gross. Gross.
But what made this series from far away, before they started showing more of it, what made it intriguing was it's far removed from all of that. You could establish so many different characters and plot lines and mythos that you can dive into. To what you said about those Old Republic games, like Knights of the Old Republic and the Old Republic MMO game, they are praised to different degrees, but they are praised because they tell interesting stories that don't have to tie into the movies. Not everything has to be the Clone Wars and the Empire and Stormtroopers and the First Order. They just tell their own story. And that's why people praise them and remember them fondly. Funny enough, there is an Old Republic trailer, like a CG trailer that
I remember that one. The one that didn't come out?
No, it came out.
It did. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was for one of the expansions, but it dealt with twins. It also dealt with twins. And I think to a degree, kind of the same way, where like, I think one was evil and one was like good. I could be wrong on that. I don't remember the trailer. I seen it years ago, but same concept. Twins, differing sides of the same coin. But that's why I was looking forward to the Acolyte. But once they started showing more, that optimism started to become cautious. It was cautious optimism. I was cautiously optimistic about the Acolyte because I was burned out by Obi-Wan. I was burned out by Boba Fett. I still haven't seen Andor, and it's not my fault I haven't seen it. Disney doesn't want me to see it.
We are so behind on Andor. It's been 2 years.
It's absurd. And honestly, Ahsoka, if I'm being honest, I think as time has went on, I don't think the Ahsoka series is that good.
Relax.
I'm just saying. I think we were too lenient on Ahsoka. The series. Yeah. Don't go sit there saying Ahsoka is as good as Mando season 1 or 2.
Okay. Within the Disney live action series, which, God, I hate the fact that we can't include Andor in this conversation for us. But I mean, I've seen 4 episodes. They are pretty good. They're pretty good. Yes, Mando season 1 and 2 are peak. And outside of Andor, I'm just going to give Andor its saving grace. Everything else is falling below or at the mid-level. And it's very, I'm kind of Star Wars out. And again, it happens to be these live action projects. Star Wars Visions is really fun. There's actually a twin episode 2 in Star Wars Visions Volume 1.
Yes.
No, Studio Trigger, I think, did that one.
Studio Trigger. Yes, there is a twin one in there. You're right. There is a little asterisk there. Yeah, I am specifically referring to the live action Star Wars fatigue. The animation, for the most part, has been good, like you said, in Star Wars Vision. Also, this was forever ago, but I'll give them their flowers. The final season of Clone Wars, phenomenal.
Yes. Did you happen to watch the Tales of the Jedi and the Tales of the Empire?
I haven't, no. And but that's the thing. I haven't heard anyone really say anything about those. Not that they were bad or good, but I just haven't heard anyone talk about them.
I think they're getting overshadowed. They are indeed just shorts. But they, it's from the crew that did Clone Wars.
Okay.
And Bad Batch, which Bad Batch just ended recently.
I still haven't seen it.
I haven't watched Bad Batch either.
I started watching Bad Batch and I got burned out from back when they were airing weekly episodes. It was season 1. I got burned out by Bad Batch. Like, it wasn't bad, but I was just bored.
No, I too. That's why I kind of fell off with Bad Batch. But I hear if you continue, it's satisfying. But yeah, I think the Tales series was just being overshadowed because they're shorts. But they actually do expand in a pretty nice way with some characters, like Barriss comes back in Tales of Empire. So it's cool to see where her story has gone. And then, we got people like Yaddle and like the female Yoda.
Ew.
Right. She was in Tales of the Jedi. So, and Dooku had a great little let's watch Dooku become evil.
I did see a Dooku, like in the trailers for it. I do remember Dooku being in it. So I did want to see it for that. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, they're touching intriguing parts of the mythos that had not been explored. But, yes, the Acolyte is untouched territory for the most part when it comes to, digital media, TV, movies, whatever. And yet, yeah, man, I just feel these first 2 episodes were just boring. I like when Star Wars goes Shakespearean, okay? I like Shakespearean-esque dialogue.
You like Hamlet?
Yes. I like, it's crazy I'm going to say this. I think I like when George Lucas is in charge of the dialogue. He says a bunch of Shakespearean shit, and here's the line that did it for me in The Acolyte. I needed a paycheck. They write checks in Star Wars?
It's a figure of speech.
No, it's a stupid figure of speech. They don't write checks in Star Wars.
Do you want them to say pay credits?
Yes, something. Do not say paychecks. That just screams lazy to me.
That's what put you off, not the fire that's burning out in space on the ship when she goes out to put out the fire.
Oh, I guess you're right. Fire can't burn, right? Because it needs air.
It needs oxygen. How is there a fire?
Right.
Well, it's space fire. It's not the same.
Oh, sure. I'll take that. No, right. I'll take that. That part is believable. It's Star Wars, whatever. I need the dialogue to match. I want to feel poetry. I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. Say what you will. That's poetry.
It rhymes. It rhymes.
Right. And I mean, there were some cool moments throughout the 2 episodes.
There were
Not
moments.
a lot.
There were moments.
Right. And when I say moments, they're very brief. With that said, I think they are setting up some cool stuff, but the payoff's got to be there. And I'm really worried that the payoff will not be there. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat. I feel like these first 2 episodes under-delivered, and I'm glad I went into this. I know I said cautiously optimistic earlier. Honestly, just cautious. I'm like, you know what? Put your expectations low. Star Wars has been disappointing in the live action department time and time again. Let me just watch it and just see what it is. And wow, what a shock. It wasn't anything that I was expecting. Nothing grand, nothing good, but
not a lot new. Yeah.
But it's, it's whatever. First 2 episodes. How many is it supposed to be? 6, 8?
I think it's going to be 8 episodes of the Acolyte.
8 episodes.
Yeah.
8
episodes.
There was a funny line in one of the trailers where they said, there's someone going around killing Jedi. There's no pattern. And then people were like, if someone's going around killing Jedi, isn't that the pattern? They are targeting Jedi.
Right.
Where's George Lucas?
Lazy. And then with that said too, I did some digging behind the scenes of what's going on here. So Leslie Headland, do you know her?
I've seen her in 1 or 2 interviews for the show. I don't know her by name.
I mean, I think her biggest credit is the show Russian Doll, which was on Netflix with Natasha Lyonne. Kind of one of those time loop stories. She keeps reliving the same event. She keeps dying, then relives.
Yeah.
It has great praise. I've seen a couple of episodes. It's a really good show. And, Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm, approached her and said, hey, what do you think about doing a Star Wars series? And she said she got a treasure trove of ideas.
She does? Like,
Leslie Headland said she had pretty much a good amount of ideas for Star Wars in a show.
Interesting.
And as of right now, I'm like, man, you need to go back to the drawing board and kind of flesh out some of these ideas based on what I've seen so far.
I don't know. I don't want to put too much blame on her just because I feel like whatever vision any director is going to have on a Star Wars project, ever since the Rian Johnson incident, there's been studio interference where whatever story maybe she wanted to write, there's the Kathleen Kennedy factor or Lucasfilm factor where they're coming in and saying, no, Ryan had his fun, his time in the sun. We're not doing that again.
Oh, that's so terrible to think.
I feel like, it's a consequence of what happened. I feel like that's something that's going on. I could be wrong, but you never know.
I guess the biggest thing is, though, I am afraid that they only trust like Dave Filoni to deliver on the goods in recent years, right? I feel Dave Filoni is allowed to kind of do whatever he pleases because he gets it from George, and so I want to see more creatives come into Star Wars. Well, I really do feel some of them are like, and again, it could be studio interference, I don't know, but I'm like, are y'all got like, do you have 10 toes down for Star Wars? I feel some part of me just feels there's somewhat of a checkbox and they're just checking things off. And I'm worried that I'm like, y'all are not really pushing to what this could be. But here, we've been kind of beating around the bush. Let's talk about what is presented here. And you know, the Acolyte, it is listed as a crime drama mystery thriller, which I don't think any other Star Wars projects are kind of under that category. I don't know if I call it a crime thriller. I hear crime thriller, I'm like, hey, are they about to give me Law and Order? Like, should I be trying to solve the mystery, like Scooby-Doo and the gang?
Well, I felt like they kind of had that vibe going in with the first episode, where it looked like they were setting up, you know, what's the main character's name again? The
OSHA.
OSHA, like the ocean. OSHA. I thought they were setting up something where it's like, oh, OSHA seems like a decent person. She doesn't seem like she would kill anyone, but there's clearly this mystery person that's been going around killing Jedi who looks exactly like her. And I thought they were going to do something super interesting here where you as the audience member, you as the viewer didn't know exactly which narrative to believe. Is this a split personality thing going on? Does she have amnesia of the events that's happening when she becomes May, who we learn later is May, but when she becomes this Jedi killer, and then when she becomes this mech tech? What's the mystery? There's the mystery. Who's telling the truth? Which narrative do you believe? Put me in the writer's room, damn it. Oh my God. I'm done.
This is exactly what I thought they were going to do too. Like, they gave us the intro, then we cut to OSHA, and I was like, oh, so we're going to have to solve it. That's what I like. I like when we have to engage, and then they just kind of spoon feed you the answer.
No, they're twins.
She had a twin. She was presumably dead. She's alive.
There were parts where I thought there was going to be some interesting tension where, you know, May just killed someone and OSHA is seen at the scene of the crime, though, with the Jedi. So the Jedi are like, OSHA, did you do this? And she's like, no, it wasn't me. It's not what it looks like. And I thought it wasn't
her.
It wasn't her.
I saw her the whole time. I followed her.
Don't worry. I did not mean to scare you guys that much. I did not mean to build up tension in this room. Don't worry. She's fine. She's okay. What is this?
Or Soul, my master, who I haven't seen in 6 years. It wasn't me. My presumably dead sister from 16 years ago is alive.
Believe me.
I believe you.
I feel it.
I feel there were inklings for a better told story here, where you leave some things in the oven to cook. I would have been fine if there was just like this tension you're describing, where we don't know if we should trust OSHA. I would have loved this first episode to really kind of play out like a back and forth, where we can't account for where OSHA is at certain times.
Right.
And then we do see May go out and commit murders. But yeah, no, man. It just felt kind of like how they did like the first part of the episode, where you see May fighting off the Jedi played by let's talk about that. Let's talk about the opening. Yes, May's fighting Carrie Ann Moss.
Correct. Hogarth. Attorney Hogarth.
Wow, you're really going to cite Jessica Jones? That's your big credit? You're going to reference her to?
The reason why is because that's the first time I've ever seen her outside of the main role that she's known for. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's the lady from blank, which is, you know, Trinity.
Okay, thank you. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, I've only known her in Trinity, and that's it. I'm like, man, she must have been a one-hit wonder. I'd never seen her again. But then I saw her in Jessica Jones. I'm like, oh my God, there she is. She's still getting work. Good for her. And
I mean, yeah, she's getting work, but Trinity is probably her biggest claim to fame. In this opening scene, I like this action bit.
Also, side note, she plays the main villain in Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, I think I knew that. It's not Angela Bassett?
One of the main villains.
Oh, okay.
Angela Bassett, yes, is in there too.
Actually, that's pretty good that they got two powerhouse women like that
right
as the villains in that.
Mm.
But how'd you feel about this? This is force food. I think this is an actual term.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was a little fun to see like some hand-to-hand combat that's not just lightsabers clashing or whatever. I still want my lightsaber clashes, and I want my good ones. I want my kendo. I want my prequel trilogy kendo.
You want your Duel of Fates?
I want my Duel of Fates. I know I'm not gonna get it. I'm just gonna get Ahsoka wailing.
Hold up now. I think they addressed that. I think we won't see the heavy flailing like in Ahsoka. I think they addressed that.
Sure. We'll see. But yes, these were probably some of the parts where I'm like, okay, this is nice. But that's about it. You know, they don't go too far with it. I feel like they could have, but yeah, no. Eventually she pulls out her lightsaber and says, okay, I'm done. And fight's over.
No, I definitely thought it's different. This is something new, so I was like kind of leaning in. I was like, all right, yeah, we don't really see hand-to-hand kind of force combat. I think we saw it a lot in the Clone Wars, but never live action from what I can remember. Like I remember Obi-Wan and Anakin getting handsy in the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
But no, this was good camera work. I was like, you know, the Force in itself is very wushu type of film style. At least you can play around with it with the choreo and the stunt work. So I thought we were getting that. And we were, and I was very appreciative of this, you know. Again, this is something new. We haven't really seen this in other Star Wars live action media. But it was, like you said, it was very quick. The moment she pulled out her lightsaber, it was over. And I mean, that's Carrie-Anne Moss, Trinity, who I believe actually probably had to get real training when she did the Matrix films. I don't know if we're going to get more Force Fu again. I mean, we got some later in episode 2. It wasn't as cool as this.
Right. Yeah.
I give them their props, but that was the coolest part of episode 1 for me. Everything else is kind of a little down.
I'll say there. It was the coolest part of either episode.
Oh, fair. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, no, everything after that is, you know, just kind of there. It exists. But that was going back to what you were saying earlier, that first bit, that's where I thought they were going, where you see your main character, who you don't know if it's May or, you know, Osha, going around clearly killing a Jedi in open daylight, and you know it's her. It's not, you know, she pulls down her mask and you're like, oh, it's her. And then you fast forward a little bit through time and you see Osha waking up from being asleep. So there's that gap in time where I thought they were gonna do where, like you said, you see one narrative happening in part 1 and then you see another one happening in part 2, and you're like, but wait, is that the same person? Is that, did she just kill this Jedi and then go to bed like afterwards and woke up on a night crew? Is that what happened here? They didn't do that. Oh,
and they set it up too, because like her little work friend was like, you missed a party last night, Osha.
Yes, that was on its face. No, man, no.
Yeah, no, annoying. Yeah, again, the inklings for a better show are here. I don't know what they were thinking. So I guess, we do find out they're twins. That's the big mystery. But how do you feel about, though, Amanla Stenberg? She's our lead. She's dual roles. That's different for Star Wars.
I mean, she's fine. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. She's fine.
Yeah. No.
Is there a distinction between the two, May and Osha?
I mean, kind of, but not really. Like, I mean, clearly Osha's more of like the smiley, optimistic person.
She's even timid. She seems reserved about kind of her time as a Jedi.
Right.
And,
right.
You know, she believes in the Force and trusts in the Jedi, but she looks hesitant about kind of all of what's going on currently.
Right. Versus May, who's more like stoic, serious. But then again, I kind of see that also in Osha sometimes, like with her delivery on things. I don't know. They kind of feel like two different people, but the same at the same time. And maybe that's intentional. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose. But I mean, she's fine. She's fine. Nothing crazy. I can't really judge her yet. Nothing wild has happened to make me say, oh God, no, never.
Yeah, I think we need more time with both of them doing exceedingly opposite things going on. How about we got Jedi Master Soul, played by Ling Jung-jae from Squid Games.
Squid Games.
I like seeing him here.
That's cool to see him. Yeah.
I like him as a Jedi Master. I believe it.
Sure.
Oh, this is the thing I was going to say. Lee Jung-jae, Korean actor, and his name is Soul.
I'm missing it.
Capital of South Korea.
You're dumb.
It's another Cho Chang incident.
No, it's not. Oh my God, are you serious? No, stop it.
It sounds bad to me. I don't know.
It's literally his name.
And what's the name of the capital of South Korea?
You're dumb. You're dumb.
I don't know. I'm just like, y'all couldn't think of anything else to call this man.
What if he picked it?
If he picked it, cool.
Oh, it's cool if he picked it.
Yes, it is. It's
so
fine.
let me understand this straight. So in Harry Potter, if Cho Chang, whoever plays Cho Chang, said, "I want to be called Cho Chang," then it's an offensive.
J.K. Rowling clearly wrote Cho Chang before the actress was ever casted, so she definitely did not have a say. If Lee Jung-jae said, "I want to be called Soul," I have to get on board.
Dumb. Maybe he did have some sway, the same way Samuel L. Jackson said, "Give me a purple lightsaber."
And when they gave it to him, he was like, "Oh wow, shit! Didn't think y'all actually do it."
And they did.
Soul's got a new Padawan because Osha's his former Padawan. Did you recognize Jackie Lawn? That's her name in the show. She's in makeup.
That's the alien girl.
The white makeup, yeah.
Okay.
Probably didn't recognize her. Do you need me to enlighten you a little bit?
She kind of gave off Millie Bobby Brown a little bit. But I feel like I've seen her from somewhere before. I just don't know what.
You have seen her before. That is Daphne Keene from Logan. Laura.
Wow.
X-23.
Wow, look at that. She's grown up.
She's grown up, yeah.
Goodness. You know, I saw a clip of that the other day. I'm like, man, whatever happened to this girl? I hope she's getting work somewhere.
She's still getting work. She was in HBO's second attempt at the Golden Compass series. His Dark Materials. So she's getting work. She's around.
Well, that's good.
Who knows? She might show up in Deadpool 3. I think she already came out and said she won't be. But who knows if that's a lie.
Can never trust them.
You sure can't. The Soul Squad rounds out with Jedi Knight Yord Fandar.
Hate him.
Oh my gosh.
Hate him.
This guy's problematic. Have you seen some of the interviews with him?
Oh, the actor?
Yeah. Well, he's not like problematic, but he's saying some stuff that it's like, man, I don't think this guy knows Star Wars, which in my opinion, if you're going to be in a Star Wars project, you need to know what you're talking about. He kept saying Anakin blew up the Death Star.
Oh, I did see that one. Yeah. Wow. Terrible.
It's awkward. It's really awkward.
Listen, as soon as I saw the first trailer and he had the Killmonger cut, I was done. I'm like, nope, he's out. Get him out.
We got to talk about the Killmonger cut.
What's wrong with the Killmonger cut? What's wrong with it?
We just keep seeing this depiction of the Killmonger cut, and everybody's fed up with it. They keep saying, so you only see us as this updo dread, lock, fade, Killmonger. It keeps coming back.
You keep welcoming it back.
I am not. I did not welcome it in Spider-Man 2 with Miles.
Listen,
I did not,
when I was sitting next to you in the first Black Panther movie, when you stood up at the end credits and said Wakanda forever in front of all those people, that's right there. There was probably a Disney executive in the audience saying, "We got him. We got him."
What the? We didn't even see Black Panther together, so that's a lie.
Oh, wow.
We saw Wakanda Forever together, but whatever. This Killmonger dude's got to go. It's enough is enough. It don't even look good on this man. So it hasn't looked good on anybody since Killmonger.
Not Miles?
It's gotta go. No, God, no, no. Give me Afro Miles all day. No, this is gross. I can't do this anymore. We can't keep doing this. All right.
Listen,
Either
there
way,
was. Oh, what?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, there was a scene in episode 2, I think, or 1. I don't remember which one. They all blend together. Where I'm like, oh, that's why he's here. That's why he's here. There was a scene where Master Soul was walking in with the child Padawan into a room. And this guy doesn't have his shirt on, and he's like, Master Soul, I didn't expect you to be here. And Master Soul's like, at ease. And he just walks away. And then the young Padawan's like, Yord, put some clothes on. And she walks away, and the scene's over. And I'm like, what was the purpose of this scene? Why? Oh, I knew what the purpose was, but what was the purpose? To show off how jacked Master Yord is without his shirt on. Because that scene served no purpose whatsoever beyond just showing him without his shirt on so that you could have some eye candy. Dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb.
It's dumb. I think what they're now that you mentioned that scene, I'm thinking like the only thing I can really think of is that they're trying to build kind of what the dynamics are for this team as if this was like Criminal Minds. And so that's what I'm getting, is that they're trying to build this Criminal Minds, this Law and Order SVU type of team. But I'm like, yeah, no, all honestly, we didn't need this.
Catching him shirtless adds to his character. He's quirky and silly.
Sure. He also gave Osha a look, so maybe there's romantic tension.
He gave her a look?
Yeah. He was like, I thought I'd never see you again. And then she was like, yeah, buddy. Punches him in the chest.
Oh, wow. Damn, that hurt.
Right, it hurt everybody. All the pain in my heart.
Some demons there for sure.
Absolutely, those are gonna come back. He felt some type of way. He's like, in the name of the Galactic Senate and the Jedi Order, freeze.
Yeah, I don't like his like little space cop act thing that he's doing. The whole every time
buy the books.
I don't like him. I don't like him going into these rooms with basically drawing his gun or his saber, say, freeze! Stop resisting! I'm like, this is so weird. Why are you doing this? Like, he's being so... The Padawan... This guy's a Jedi Knight, by the way. The Padawan, who you would think would be more... like unrestrained with their lightsaber and just acting a fool like this guy, you would think she would be doing stuff like that. But it's only him. He's the only one that's doing it. And it just feels weird. I get it. He's chasing a known criminal and he's by the books and all that jazz. But I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it.
There's a lot of things I don't think I like. I don't think I care for the prison break scene. Some of these characters are not doing it for me. I think episode 2 kind of picks up better than kind of the tail end of episode 1. May, well, we do see May meet her master.
Right.
The Acolyte kills without a weapon. I'm like, ooh, they said it. They said it.
The show's over. They did it.
That's another cliche thing I don't think I like.
What?
Yes, we knew it was going to be some Sith-looking character, but we have reached the point to where I'm just like, well, in my head, I was like, man, maybe they could have saved the Sith for season 2. Like,
oh God, no, don't. Just save it for the end, if anything. Don't do that. Like, greenlit season 2. We must consume more Star Wars content for many more seasons and sequels and crossovers and multiverse. Ant-Man Quantumania is fantastic.
What I mean is simply, it's always going to be a guy in a mask with a red lightsaber. That's not anything new.
Oh, but he has teeth. Look, see right here in my thing? He has like teeth on his mask. That's scary.
Cares?
He's like a xenomorph.
I don't care.
You want to know something? There is a valid concern about this guy existing at all with a red lightsaber because... And hopefully the Star Wars community agrees with me. Don't come for me in the comments, but or do it. I don't care. But in the prequel movies, right? The Jedi Council repeatedly say that a Sith has not been seen in the galaxy in over 1,000 years.
Ooh.
This series takes place 100 years before Phantom Menace. You run into a problem where, and again, it could be manipulation of like editing and camera shots, but in the trailers for this series, they showcase a bunch of Jedi going up against, I think, either her with a red lightsaber or him with a red lightsaber, this Sith guy. And with the Jedi, if they see a red lightsaber, the assumption is Sith. That's a Sith. So
he's a Sith. He's a Sith.
He's a Sith. Correct. So the assumption is, for them to stay in canon with what was said in the prequels, if Disney even cares, anyone that is seeing this man with a red lightsaber, or anyone with a red lightsaber, that person has to die. They have to die. And they can't communicate to the rest of the Jedi that there was a dark force sensitive person that just showed us a red lightsaber. They all have to die. Every single one of them. Unless they say that the Jedi, in order to maintain this illusion of peace, they decide, let's not tell anyone about this dark force thing. We can't let this get out, which they kind of did a little bit of here, where when they learned that the person going around killing Jedi was May, and they're like, oh my gosh, she was a previously trained Force user from the Jedi. We can't let that be known to the public, because if that is, it's going to sway support the opposite way for the Jedi, and we can't have that. So maybe they're leaning into, if they have to fight this guy with the red lightsaber, maybe they're going to acknowledge in the grander universe, no, we never fought a red, Sith user. That never happened. We've had peace for 1,000 years, and that's the narrative we're going to tell. Show me the body. When have you seen a Sith? Where? Tell me where.
That could be interesting. That could be something.
It could be
that
something.
Could be something. If the hubris of the Jedi is explored in this series, that would eventually lead to them missing someone like Palpatine under their noses 100 years later, I can get behind that.
Which would add into whatever the mythos or lore is as to why Osha left the Jedi. We don't know why Osha left the Jedi yet, but that could build its way back and see. I see potential here. But if I'm judging by episode 1 and 2 standards, I don't know. I don't think they got it in them to do that.
I don't think the story so far has been servicing what it needs to. If they are giving us these little breadcrumbs here and there that we can kind of pick apart like we are doing right now, that's good. But the payoff within the actual episode still needs to be there. Like, you know, this chase for May happens in this city. It's a pretty, they find her pretty quickly. I think they didn't find her like it wasn't difficult.
Yeah, they made it seem like they were setting up a plan to like capture her and be like, yeah, make sure you cover the exits and, you know, we'll set up a trap. And she just walks in, just walks to the front door.
Right. And then on top of that too, the dude, Chimere, she got her poison. And this part was cool with this Jedi Master Tarbin, which, by the way, she's on a mission to kill 4 Jedi that I believe were stationed on her home planet when her whole clan and family died.
The fire.
Apparently by May's hands.
Right. Or at least that's the narrative. That's
the narrative, which if Jedi are manipulating narratives now.
Right.
Could be interesting. But she got one in Indara. Now she's after Tarbin. This Buddha looking you know, this Buddha type
meditation.
This giving Buddha meditation. He's been silent for what, 10 days?
10 years.
10 years, my bad. 10 years he's been silent. And the Force has just created this bubble around him.
Insanity.
I think that's kind of cool. And I think her trying to break the Force bubble was kind of cool. I don't know how just talking to him was enough, but apparently it was. And apparently whatever he did, he felt he needed to repent by taking that thing.
Watch it be nothing.
Oh, you think he's alive?
Oh, no. I think he's dead. But, like, they're building up, like, wow, this Jedi, like, literally offed himself to repent for whatever he did to May and, you know, her village and her family. But watch it be nothing serious. Watch it be like...
So you don't think the payoff will be there?
I don't think the payoff will be there. They'll probably say like, oh, he let the droids, or I don't even know who the hell the main enemy faction is in this universe.
I mean, there's no war.
There's no war. Right. A bunch of Wookiees came in, and he was sleeping on his post.
You think that of the Wookiees, that the Wookiees are the ones who are gonna come and fuck shit up and
I just threw
cause problems.
I just threw in some barbarian type like alien race. They were the first one that came to mind. It could be I don't know what's another race in Star Wars. Ewoks. A bunch of Ewoks came in.
So you got to think against the furry creatures in Star Wars.
They're hiding something.
Sure, underneath all that fur. I mean, there's a Wookiee on the list. Kel Naka, Jedi Master Kel Naka.
That was cool. I like that they're expanding the races or like the species that have like Jedi powers, which that's always been a thing in Star Wars. But in terms of like seeing it live action and hopefully see it in action, that will be kind of cool. I do want to see a Wookiee swing a lightsaber around in live action. That would be nice.
That would be cool. Some people don't remember Lobaka from the expanded universe with the Solo children. That was a Wookiee Jedi. That's the only one I really know of. But we get another Force Fu fight between May and Sol. Yeah, I don't think this one was as good, but it was entertaining to watch. Eventually, we do get the May face to face with Osha.
Oshi. Dumb.
And she did the thing. She pulled the trigger and she missed.
Dumb.
She missed.
Just like a stormtrooper enrolling the academy in 100 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. And then what? They know she's after the Jedi. Now it's a mission to go stop her.
I mean, they know that Master Soul's the last one on the list of who she would be targeting. And I think she had an agenda that she had to, like, out of the 4, she needed to defeat one of them without a weapon.
I thought she had to defeat all of them without a weapon.
I think she only had to do one of them because technically she defeated all of them so far with some kind of weapon. She defeated Trinity with the knives. She defeated, I guess, the
Darvin with the poison.
With the poison. I don't know. I would need to go back and watch it, and there's no way I'm doing that. But
Wow.
I think that's what they said. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure she had to kill at least one of them without a weapon to please her master, whoever the shark tooth guy is. They can't escape this Darth Vader nonsense. Like, I'm so tired.
This is what I'm talking about.
This is just play. Even 100 years before all this happened, they just still can't walk away from this. We gotta have a dark, brooding, black helmeted character that has a red lightsaber. We have to. It doesn't matter. We have to have it. And I'm telling you, I bet you that's studio interference. Because I bet you that's not what's her name again? The
Leslie.
Leslie. I bet you this is not a Leslie decision. She might say it is because, you know, the mouse has their sights on her. But I bet you this was not a Leslie decision. I know this was a Disney executive. Star Wars? Dark helmet Sith.
Where's your helmet? Where's his helmet?
I don't think he needs a helmet. I don't think he needs a helmet. I think the scowl he give. No, put a helmet on.
Nonsense. All Sith Lords and bad guys have helmets and red lightsabers. What, you want to give him purple? I don't think so. It's got to be red.
Terrible.
I don't know why I'm doing like this J. Jonah Jameson type response to this. But
I want pictures of the Acolyte.
Also, do they need a helmet? We don't know these people.
Maybe that's the plot twist. Maybe you will know them.
Oh, I don't know who. I mean, maybe the characters know, or maybe we already met them.
Maybe it's another sister. Maybe it's the third sister between all of them.
They were triplets.
Right.
I doubt it, but I mean, the helmet serves 2 parts: homage to Vader, and I guess a mystery of who's behind the mask.
Correct.
So I guess that's something. I mean, that's pretty much it for these 2 episodes. If I'm missing anything, it's honestly because I was bored. I might have not been paying attention as thoroughly, and that's not my fault.
You don't like the droid?
No, that is one of the worst Star Wars droids I've ever seen.
Why? Because it's like a Game Boy. It's like a Game Boy.
Oh, sure, we can go with Game Boy. It doesn't do anything, from what I can tell.
You need him to walk around.
I need him to do something, then hang out in her pocket.
She's like a Walkman, a walk droid.
No. Where's BD1? I would have been fine if they just did BD1, a BD droid. Give me a BD droid.
They already did it in I forgot which series. Oh, Mando. Yeah, it was Mando. Mando season 3.
That we saw a BD.
Yeah, we saw a BD droid. I don't know if it was the BD.
Oh no,
droid.
no, it probably wasn't BD1. No.
But yeah.
Not a fan of the droid. Nope.
Wow.
Won't get on board. Nope.
I mean, that's kind of it. Isn't the Acolyte like the last thing we're getting in terms of like Star Wars outside of the? I mean, like with shows, because I know there's Andor season 2 that got,
which I think comes out this year.
Right. But that's, and I guess Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew. Yep.
But that's it.
Yeah.
For shows.
It for now. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I guess obviously next up on the list is the Grogu Mando movie,
Right.
and the Untitled Rey movie, because we're getting Rey again.
Oh, I mean, yeah, those are the films.
I mean, those are the ones I know that are like definitely in the works. That's all I got. I don't know anything else. I don't know if that's good or bad.
They just need to stop.
They're not gonna ever stop.
I
Ever.
guess.
I guess. But yeah, I guess we'll tune in maybe next week, or maybe we'll come back for the finale. I don't know. I guess I'm not enthused yet, so
This
we'll
ain't
see.
it.
It doesn't feel like it right now. It sure doesn't. Something's gotta up the ante next episode or something. We shall see. But goodness,
We shall see.
I guess that's it from us here at the Yonko table, talking about the Acolyte. You can be our Acolyte, the new Star Wars series here on Disney Plus, the 6th live action series. We have covered the first 2 episodes, and yeah, tell us what you think about the Acolyte. We'd love to hear from you in our Discord. Please join the link below. But hey, thank you for giving us a listen on all podcast listening stations: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to us. Thank you for your support on all social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube with DrJaceAttorney. And yeah, goodness, again, hit us up in the Discord. But I guess that is it from us here at the Yonko table. I'm your host, Jedi Master Grandmaster Hoop, fellow Jedi Master DrJaceAttorney. How should we close this out?
It's sand. It gets everywhere.
I slaughter them like animals. I hate them.
You turned her against me.
You have done that yourself.
You will try.